Well, hello everyone. Welcome back another episode of Keep Lounging. I'm your host Jeremiah, and with me is my special guest Garrett. Woo!
What? Who? How did I get here? Oh God, what's happened?
The magic of the internet, and the fact that we are lucky enough to have power.
Electricity is nice when you freaking have it,
right?
But yeah.
For those of you that don't know, we live
Cheers.
in Texas, specifically in the DFW area, and we've been under winter storm conditions for a couple days now, and we're not used to that. So the entire state is under a winter storm warning, and some states have some counties have blizzard-like conditions, and we have had several inches of snowfall, ice, and rolling blackouts.
I've already been told 2 days in a row, like, don't come into work, don't even worry about it, dog. You're like, just stay home, be safe.
Dude, my office is 20 yards from my house, and they still told me I don't have to come in, so I'm ecstatic. Like, yes, let's do this.
I mean,
But yeah, so if you haven't been on our podcast before or seen us, this is just really a chance for Garrett and I to hang out and talk about stuff and be our crazy, goofy selves, and you get to witness the insanity. Now that we don't have our wonderful DM to rein in our shenanigans.
Man, can't wait till the next campaign. Boy, howdy.
Right?
Nah. And I say when I say those things, I don't say that as in like, oh, I'm tired of playing this. No. Like I'm thoroughly enjoying current game. I'm just saying, like, man, new characters and like new ways to be just the biggest ass. I'm looking forward to it because. I guess if we're talking about freaking D&D, but like Doran is my first like major D&D character, so it's like self-insert fantasy boy, right? And so he's very much me.
Yeah.
But my next boy
is still a self-insert, let's just be honest, but it's a much, much different self-insert.
It is a far more exaggerated insert. And it inserts all the way. I'm so sorry. I apologize for what I just said.
We made no promises that this was going to be a family-friendly show, so...
No. Not even close.
Yeah, so for those of you who haven't figured it out yet, Garrett is also a cast member on The Keep, playing D&D on our Wednesday night channel. He's also got his own channel on YouTube called Night Shift Night.
Yeah. Like nighttime shift, and then like the.
And there's a hyphen in there somewhere, right?
Yes, with night shift.
Yes.
That's hyphenated.
So he does awesome builds and how to do things and super creative.
I look at it's in my brain. It's more of like a vlog channel where I just am hanging out with people, but I make things and do time lapses, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I just kind of do whatever I feel like doing.
Welcome to having access to both a camera and the internet. You can do that, and you're an adult.
Wait, what? How did I get here?
The problem with being adult is we have access to adult money, and we can buy things like this. So for those of you who have never seen, like,
case in point,
our shenanigans, this is our DM prep room.
Yeah, that's where they set up all the minis and shit.
Arcades and miniatures galore and LED lights, because I am a super nerd like that.
Yeah, no, that room's got like all the toys in it. That's a cool place.
It does. Specifically D&D toys, but you know.
Yeah.
Not to mention my streaming setup, which I love. But yeah, so For those who don't know Garrett, aside from
Hi.
just being an awesome human being, say hi to the folks, Bobo.
Hello, folks.
So Garrett, you recently made a major job transition, so you work for a new company now.
Yeah, on all the even on Facebook, I don't like name companies or anything, but yeah, no, I'm I was working at one place, and I'm now at another place, and I've been over there for all of last week. Today's Tuesday. Yeah, today's Tuesday.
No, I get that.
Because of the storms and staying home, I'm thrown off. But like all last week, I was over there, and it's very good. Yeah. I'm happy to be over there, and my end goal is I'm going to be like in the machine shop, the metal shop, and I'm going to be like welding and working on metal parts and stuff. But there was stuff last week where I was in a truck with a guy, and we were going out to do different things on different work sites, and then there were a few days where I was like in the wood shop helping. So
nice.
It's essentially it's like construction related. It's basically a construction job. But the
metalworking's what you're going to school for, right?
Yes, I'm going over to the local like a community campus. I don't know, Collin College. I mean, if you're from DFW, you know what that is. But but Collin College, it's like a public. It's public college for folks, right? That's a good way to describe it. But they have a bunch of campuses all over the Gaff, and there's the one in Allen, and that's the technical school, and that's where the welding shop and all that. So I'm over there, and I'm doing classes, learning welding, and then what my hope is that I take that skill, right, and I learn that, and I know how to do that, and then I can like roll that into my own insane projects.
Craziness.
Because I'm a crazy person. And then, but like in my brain, this is a skill. Take skill, learn skill, get good at skill, use skill in all the ways that you can. Like that's where my brain is.
Heck yes.
Because if I can make stuff and make stuff that's useful for people for real life things, I can take that skill and be good at it and use it on my own stupid bullshit, and have fun with it. Because it's like,
isn't that always the dream?
That's, I think. Did we talk about the future recording setup for the Keep yet?
To a little bit, to a certain extent. We haven't gotten into huge details yet, but we can.
I mean, well, the only thing I was going to say was like, I partially want to use it for the Keep too. Once I know how to weld,
heck yes.
I want to potential, like, I make no promises, and this is like future stuff, because I got to actually learn how to do the welding. But like, I want to be able to like make stuff to be like on set or whatever, like if we had like cool the wall sconces, those things that hold the torches and stuff. But it's like it's got like a light bulb or whatever in it, but like it looks like a wrought iron thing with like a fire torch. That'd be rad.
I concur.
Or like have crossed. I don't know why I did this way, but like crossed swords and a shield like hanging on the wall or shit like that. I think that'd look cool. Make stupid shit, put it on the wall.
Heck, I am all for putting stuff on the walls.
I do, because I'm like a prop boy and a costume man. Like I've already started setting up for our next game that Wes is gonna run. I have already started like putting together my costume of this boy, and I'm very excited because it started out as me trying to figure out this man and wandering around my house and just talking out loud to myself, trying to get into this mode. And I started grabbing different pieces of clothing that I already own and like putting this costume together. And eventually, like, I'm at a point now where I've already spent a good chunk of money to buy like some really dope leather pieces and things. But like, yes. I can't do that. I cannot do that for Doran. But wait. But what
for now?
Though, for like in the future, you know, sit there, put the shield over my face. Hey, dude, that's some mithril. Holy shit!
No, I love this idea.
That's the dream.
You know, it's
I'm
a good dream. No, I love this idea. I love the idea of having our own cast members, because we all are a creative bunch in our own ways.
This is very true.
You know, Jonathan loves doing the woodworking.
Yes.
Jordan does technical stuff, the likes of which I could not understand to save my life.
I mean, I'm impressed he can like just do 3D printing, because like I can't wrap my mind around it. Like I computer, how does? It's like full of in tiny magic fairies.
Right. Lauren creates whole worlds and does her cosplay stuff on top of painting minis. And she just got a 3D printer, so I'm sure she's printing out all sorts of terrible things for us.
Didn't y'all get one too?
Yeah. It's actually sitting right behind me. It's just been where'd it go? There it goes. Right there.
Okay.
But it's been too cold to actually print. The resin would freeze. Because resin-free printers. Yeah. Joy. But yeah, so...
Now I want to know what the temperature is.
Right. And then...
I'm listening.
Wes does his painting of miniatures and stuff, and it's like, I love the fact that our cast member, and Brenda does stuff too, but I'm kind of saving that for when I have her on here.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm not giving away any of her secrets.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like...
Then I guess I'll just have to watch.
Right. Everybody has their own stuff.
Bro, not to interrupt, but it's 18 degrees right now.
Is it really? It's gone up. No joke. It was like, when I got up this morning, it was like 7 degrees out. I was like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
and here in the next hour or so, we're supposed to get snow.
Yeah, more snow.
Why?
Thrilled about that.
We don't need more.
I am 31. I was born in 89. I was born June 21st, the first official day of summer. I will always pick Tatooine over Hoth, always and forever, because snow is evil. And people who are like, oh no, cold, it's fine, you put more layers on. I agree with that. However, snow and ice, those deter your ability to travel. And those are made by Satan, because they're evil. And I went on a tangent because I'm losing my mind. I've been cooped up in the house
for far too long.
For far too long. I wandered down to the lake, and I swear to you, the lake. I'm looking at the edge of the lake, and I'm looking out, and it's legitimately like half a mile out. It's like way out in the lake. Shit was solid ice.
Oh yeah.
All right, the stuff right in front of me, I was like, all right, I need to know. And I like put a boot down, I put my weight in it, and it's like, no, I don't give a shit. And then I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I stand all the way on it, and the ice is just looking at me like, come on, try me, bitch. Like, it's like, what happened? Everybody stopped driving for a good chunk of last year.
What?
Anyway. Yeah.
Oh man.
Something environment, whatever. I don't know.
Save the planet.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Save my poor toes from freezing.
See, I was born in North Carolina in a hotel room in November. I spent 10 years of my life
different. Yeah.
Outside of Baltimore, Maryland.
More coldness.
Yes, and I've lived.
Maryland's up north, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've lived.
I forget my backyard.
Right. I've lived in Arkansas, Kansas, Oklahoma. I've traveled to 37 out of 50 states. I can handle the cold. It's the cooped upness and not knowing if I'm gonna have power later that gets me.
That is what we call in the business clown shoes.
Clown shoes. Big red clown shoes. Size 50 and a half.
Nature just took that 50 and a half and inserted it deep in our cheeks. And I'm not happy about that.
See,
you can decide which set of cheeks.
Right. I see. Here's my thing, and this is my contingency. No, my ideology for all weather. If it's going to be cold, there needs to be snow. But there needs to be enough preparation ahead of time to survive said snow. See, up north, we get snow all the time. So everybody's prepared, you know. Not only do we have vehicles with snow plows on them and four-wheel drive and chain shoes for our tires, but the roads are salted like a day before the snow's supposed to hit, and there's enough salt in the state to cover the rest of America. And we're ready for it. Then
of all the flavors you could be, you decided to be salt.
Exactly. And then you get down to Texas, and they go, "What's a snowplow?"
I basically lived in the same area all my life, right? And I can only recall, this is like the third major snow event I've ever experienced.
No kidding. Now,
in 31 years, that's kind of you get me? Anyway.
Well, we've got the lake behind my house, and I know in my time since we moved here in 2000 to today, that lake has froze over several times.
God.
But it takes a lot to
that's
get there.
That's that like reservoir one, right?
Yep. The one that's like knee deep most of the time. People think it's like, oh, this massively deep lake, and they don't realize they can walk across, you know. During the summer, it dries up.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I remember seeing that a couple times when I was driving around for that other job.
Yeah, but it's crazy, and like right now, I haven't tried because I'm a big fat boy. I have not tried to put my weight on the ice because for you, the ice looks at you and goes, "Bring it, biatch." For me, it goes, "Yes, master. I'm sorry. I break for you."
I mean, I haven't checked in a while. I'm since I quit that other job, I know I'm getting lazier and I'm not, working out hardly or nothing. But that's a whole thing. But I'm somewhere in the range of like 200. Last I checked, I was like 190 something.
See,
but,
I'm you plus my dog. And you don't know which dog I'm talking about, so that keeps it a mystery.
I don't know your dogs well enough either. Like,
oh, that's true. Next bonfire, I'll have to actually bring him out and let him say hi to people.
Yeah, next time we can all go over to your all's house.
Right.
Oh. The ability to like go places.
Right. We do. We need to go to places and do things. Wesley still wants us all to go bowling. And despite the fact that all of us, except maybe Jonathan, suck at it. I
have, for personal reasons that I'm not going to get into, I have a bit of an aversion to bowling out because of personal reasons. I'll tell you later. I don't want to say certain things and sound terrible.
I mean,
but
if you're gonna sound terrible, this is the place to do it. Oh no, I made him.
No, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be a terrible person.
All right, be a terrible person
in game. No. and it's not that bad. It's just let's just say, just put it at that. And so bowling, it's one of those things. But anyway.
See, I'm a big fan of going to like laser tag or.
Oh yeah, there you go.
See,
run around and.
Right. Although apparently you can't sneak up behind somebody and melee attack them in laser tag. I found out it is not like Call of Duty where you can sneak up behind people and just stab them.
Oh man.
They
so if I sneak up behind that 10-year-old and pistol whip him with the laser tag gun, they would frown upon this?
Apparently. I also found out like they don't like it when you hold the kids up by their harness and just shoot them. Like point blank, just like pew pew pew.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. All right, I got all the points.
I walk out and they just hand me a whole roll of tickets. Oh,
excuse me.
So speaking of things you like, you do like being crafty and metalworking and stuff. So
sure, I've spent the past couple days making things.
Right. What is it that you enjoy the most in the crafting world? Because you do a lot of different things.
Well,
because you do your metalworking, you do your builds, you do your.
I'm going to get into the metalworking. Let's be clear, but because I haven't started learning to. I've had like a class where I did some stick welding, and I
saw some melted metal.
I mean, I melted some. I don't know if that counts. Yeah, but anyway, no. What am I on about? I like to make something. Like, it's fun when you have a big pile of, what the fuck ever, and you take it and you bend it to your will, and all of a sudden, like, bam, I got a thing, Like I took a thing that was innocuous or, but now it's a tangible thing that came from the imagination of somebody, whether it's replicating something from a movie or I'm making my own thing, and then it's like, I've created a thing. There's a satisfaction. What have I done? No. Anyway, because like with us being shut in, I was making these.
Nice.
So
those look legit.
Well, it's not painted, and I can't really. I don't know. They're what they are. They're that's the wrong thing. It's Luke's electro binoculars.
Right, the ones from
Macro episode 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say
from
the first movie.
A New Hope.
Yeah.
Yes.
The first real movie.
Yeah, well, I like the prequels.
I didn't say I didn't like the prequels. I just said it was the first. It's named number 4, episode 4, but it was the first actual movie that they made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've already come to realize I made them too stupidly huge.
They are rather large.
It's supposed to like clip onto the belt, because there's a tab on the back, so it can slot onto my belt. And actually, I got my belt here, but I like Luke Skywalker, so I'm going to make his episode 4 farm boy outfit, and I want like all the accoutrements. So of course, over the past 3 days, it took me 3 days, and I'm here, and I'm satisfied enough. They're not accurate completely, but like, I used foam, and I'm gonna print off like the banthas that like in the movie when he's like, oh, those are banthas. Oh, there is a sand person. Like, I'm gonna print that off and have it affixed in here, so that image will be
awesome.
In there. If I could, I'd have it like lit up, but I don't know how I'm gonna. So it'll just have the image.
When Jordan comes home, he can help you make the electronics aspect of it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how we would put a battery in it. The main body is it's a thing of foam where I took the sheet and I bent it and all that, but like I filled it, I stuffed a big block in there, so this thing is like that's a solid block of foam. We'd have to bore it out, I guess.
I tell you what, If anybody could figure it out, it'd be the two of you.
Definitely Jordan could help, yeah. I actually just finished the lenses today, or got them this far. I need to put something in here because this is like, these are spray paint lids. Because I needed something that was, decent
No, that's
size.
Fantastic.
And I just put strips of foam on there. I don't know how good you can. Carve little notches into there. And put these little tabby doos, and they look better in person, I guess. I don't know. But,
I don't know. It looked pretty good on the camera.
Good. So, I was trying to pull up the images that I used on my phone, but it's doing that and spiting me. So I guess we can't do that. But that's whatever. Right. Go to Google. You can look at it. But yeah, like this 2-3 days ago, this was just a bunch of pieces of foam, couple spray paint can lids, a button from a crap toy lightsaber, a simply orange juice lid. That's what this part is. And yet,
that's amazing.
It's a knob on a thing.
Honestly, if you didn't tell me what the individual parts were, I would not know that is not a functioning macro binocular.
Yeah, well, other than the fact that there's some parts that are like lumpy and anyway.
I wouldn't know.
I don't even know what this is. I have this little random black plastic thingy. I don't know what that is. It's just don't throw things. If you want to make a thing, or you don't know what you can use this part for, just don't throw shit away. Then you can I have a use for it now.
Right.
I'm gonna close this. No, I'm gonna save that tab for later.
So
I think the fact that I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say the fact that I've got one device doing a thing and another device trying to do a thing. It's I'm not getting enough signal or something. It's like they share. It's like they share data or something. Almost like they're on the fire. Anyway. No. But you were gonna ask a question.
I was just gonna ask. So coming up on, actually, here very shortly, 2 years of knowing each other. We met when Lauren did her little one-shot in preparation of the major campaign that would consume our lives for
the mess that we find ourselves in because we're all gonna die because certain choices get made, and then it's just fecal material.
Did you see that video I sent you of the here come the consequences?
I probably saw it.
Oh, dude, there's it's so I cooped up. I spend probably way more time than I should on TikTok, and I found a video, and there was just this. Now the original video was a guy being chased by his kids, saying, "Here come the consequences of my actions. Somebody please save me from the consequences of my actions." Which to me I find hilarious.
And very appropriate.
Right. But then I was like, oh my gosh, this is how it feels to be us in Lauren's campaign. Here come the consequences of our actions. I don't want the consequences of our actions. Somebody save us from the consequences.
That must have been last week or something. I scrolled a little bit. I couldn't find
it. Today.
Well, that sounds like something that, because it's true.
It's so true.
Because as a group, we keep making dumb choices.
We do. Some of them lead to great story. We will always remember. I will remember to my dying day the story of pre-stream, Doran and Cora jumping on a polymorph giant eagle. Which was
to go die.
To go to scout ahead, decide we're gonna take on these mechanized troops, and we do jack crap against them. And
it was very much like the ice situation where I think if I remember right, I hit it and it looked at me and was like, "Bitch, what?"
No, we both tried because I hit it with an Eldritch Blast. You hit it with your Wacky Doo,
Yeah.
And
I don't remember. I think it had lightning. It had lightning damage at that point.
I think it did. No.
Yes. Either way.
Yes, because we'd already dealt with the hack thing at that point.
Okay.
But yeah, so you got your Thunderbringer. I've got my sold my soul to the devil bringer, and
yeah. No, that's what you have now.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And it just looked at us, and Laura was like, "Yeah, it doesn't seem to do much," and I'm like.
Well, she probably didn't expect us both to be morons and go like.
No, that was totally unexpected.
No, yeah.
Now she would go, yeah, that tracks. But at that particular moment, we were not the idiots of our group, and Cora was a little reckless and danger prone, but.
And the best part is. The only one alive who knows this story is my character, and he's taking it to the grave.
Right?
We didn't share shit with anybody.
No, we got back and we're like, and we didn't even talk about it. We just silently agreed that this would never be spoken.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course we go, as a group and take them down later. But
yeah, we killed what, 2 of those things?
Yeah, 2 of them, and then found out
those things were
the disembodied souls of children were piloting them. And,
it's
heck, Lauren.
I feel like them. Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like them shits have probably something to do with
other stuff going on. I would not be surprised. Everything in Lauren's campaign is all tied together in one giant spider web. You pluck one string, all of them vibrate.
Yeah.
And she's just the spider in the middle of the web waiting to consume our souls.
Well, no, she's puppeteering Tiamat, who's in the middle of the web.
Okay, that's fair. But she is the puppet
just...
master. That's who's got power.
It's a testament to the world and scenario she has set up, because it truly is brilliant. Because
so true.
The whole thing of there's a war in the north and there's this whole thing going on, and it's also that's where your fantasy girlfriend is from and possibly the leader of, and also that war has to do with some other shit that probably has to do with other stuff with Tiamat. So it's just
very well that. Or I'm still convinced Scribble's the one leading the army. I'm just convinced. I don't know if I mentioned this on a previous broadcast, but for those who don't know, this whole D&D group was started by our friend David, who just got bored one day and was like, "Hey, you guys want to play a Star Wars D&D campaign?" And we were like, "Yeah, sure."
I wasn't a part of that, but I've heard a few things, and I'm just sitting here cool. When's the next one? You know?
Yeah. And it was wacky, crazy fun. Then I did while Lauren prepared for her campaign, I did a little World War II thing, and then Lauren, in the midst of that, did a one-shot. And Wes brought in Jordan. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna bring my friend Jordan. You're gonna love him." And Lauren also said, "Hey, I'm gonna bring Garrett, and I think you guys will really get along."
And they still put up with me.
Right? She did what she's like. He's a little quiet when you first meet him. It's but I think you'll like him.
Wrong.
And we're all like, "Can we keep him?"
That's the fun thing about this. It's in my brain, I know oh, this is getting recorded and put on Twitch and all the fucking, and there might be 3 people who are interested in looking at me, but when I meet people in real life, it's just hi, and I'm quiet, and I'm gonna sit there and just it's very much what Doran is, and I've kept track on that, because it's all right, I've already set this man up, I can't try and drastically change him,
right?
But it's I don't know, man. I just want us to. It leads me to this thought process of I want to go to cons, and I want to go back to all that.
Yeah.
Because then it's there's that freeing aspect of what, you like this thing too? Rad, I want to be your friend. And you're just taking a piss with somebody, talking, and you can whatever. I don't know.
Con bathroom conversations are some of the funniest things. It's like, dude, I like your costume. Thanks.
Conventions
Can you help me take it off? And it doesn't mean what most people would think that means.
Yeah.
And they gladly, like, yes, I know exactly what you're going through. Here, let me help you out with that. Okay, I'll wash your stuff while you go to the bathroom. Now here, let me help you put it back on.
Yeah. I've often found myself independently at a convention where it's just like me by my own, right? There have been times in the past where I had friends with me or whoever the hell, but like in like as time went on, it's like, all right, I'm by myself. I'm definitely by myself. Like I'm by myself. So it's like I have to be able to negotiate whatever madness I've fixed to myself. You know, there's a lot of planning that has to go into, you know, building out some crazy thing. Like, how are you going to negotiate this suit, whatever it is, especially if it's like a suit of armor, which, you know, armor is an immovable thing. It wants to stay in a rigid shape.
Yep.
So it's like, haha, you can't do that now. Sit down. What are you, mad? That's not going to work. I don't know. I'm going on tangents.
No, you're fine. Trust me, but if you watched...
I'll take the compliment.
If Jordan and I were any indication, this show is run by an ADHD hamster whose wheel has fallen off the stand.
It's just going down the road.
It's just gone. No, I get that. Like, I love going to cons. I'd go by myself. I'd go to cons, Ren fairs, the whole 9 yards, and like Ren fairs or anything that I'll be outdoors, I usually choose outfits that are like easy to navigate the getting on and off, the bathroom issues, etc. When you go to cons, though, that's a different world.
Yeah, because you're most of the time you're inside too.
You're inside, and then on top of all that, you tend to be, because weather is less of an issue, you tend to be a little bit more like, oh yes, I can wear this suit of armor that was meant for a cartoon character with these measurements, not for my fat butt. and yeah, it can be a little difficult to navigate. I think one of the funniest things I ever went to, I forget which con it was at. Maybe an Acon,
okay,
Dallas, but I went with a couple friends, and we were all dressed up as different anime characters from an old
like you do,
Ronin Warrior.
Oh, and yeah, dude, I know that one.
Yeah, and
classic.
I was the idiot, and this is back when I was like 210 pounds, so I was a much smaller boy. But it was my first time wearing armor to a con, and nobody told me. Now, I was brilliant enough to the joints of my armor were all Velcro, so it was very easy. The parts that I could reach and whatever. So in the middle of this con, you eat whatever junk you can get into your system.
Yes.
And that was a mistake.
And if you're lucky, there are food trucks.
Right? No, there weren't at this one. But I digress. I made a mistake, and I ate something I shouldn't have. And so I immediately find my way to the nearest banyo. And I'm sitting there taking all my stuff, and I realize I can't get the chest piece, which also happens to go down around my crotch region and backside. It's all one like
Was
piece.
Was it the full samurai armor, or was it like the undersuit armor?
No, we're in the full samurai armor.
Okay.
And we had
because I know in that show they had like 2 layers of like armor. It was a weird setup.
We were in the big setup because go big or go home. We're idiots.
Like you do.
And so I'm sitting there basically stripped down to this armor leotard looking thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't reach the Velcro in the back. And I'm just sitting there like doing this dance, and my friends are nowhere near me at this point. They were sitting in line for the next panel, waiting on me to come back, and I'm like, I am stuck. What am I going to do?
You gotta bother somebody, be like, bro, help!
And this,
I gotta piss!
Right? And this guy walks in, and he just looks at me, and I look at him, and I'm sure I was turning blood red at that point. He goes, I mean, classic, first con? I was like, no, first armor, though. And he goes, tell me you have Velcro. And I was like, yeah, and I turned around, and I'm like turned around, like slightly bent over to show him where the Velcro starts and everything. He's like, let me help you. I'm like, I'm almost naked under here. He was like, it happens to all of us. He's just like popping the Velcro off, helps me get out of it, lets me go, watches my stuff while I go do my business. He comes back, helps me back into it. I'm like, you are a lifesaver. He's like, try doing this for 20 years, you learn a few things. I was like, I just needed that right now.
Fucking, what a hero, man.
Oh, dude, he was.
What a damn hero.
Turned out he actually was, I forget which panel he was on, but it was one of the, like, creative writing panels.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, I was just like,
what a champion.
This is why I love cons.
Yeah,
and then, of course,
cool
the next year I go, you have 6 people arrested for streaking through the con, so there is also that.
Yeah. Well, conventions, it's kind of, it can be a crapshoot. It depends on the convention you're going to and what the subject matter is, because I've heard horror stories, but I've never been a part of any horror stories myself. I'm glad.
I went to one time to the big Comic-Con in California, and never again.
San Diego Comic-Con?
I think that one was in Anaheim. I may be wrong. I went with a friend of mine.
Either way, the California ones are always like stupidly big.
And I don't do well in thick crowds of people, like on a normal day.
Sure.
That was like, I had like 2 people on my back, one hugged around each leg, somebody trying to crawl up my backside, and I'm just like, no, why are we so close together? This is terrible. The panels were freaking amazing, but it was, that was one of those like, no, this is bad news bears.
See, and when I started going to cons, a big deal of it for me was like costume. Wear costume. Me, I'm costume boy. And the first thing I ever got, it was in 2006. I was a junior in high school, and I got for like, it was basically like, this is Christmas and your birthday kind of thing. I got a full kit of Stormtrooper armor. Nice. And like, that was the first major, I still have that stuff too. It was like 2006. So it's old by armor standards, but it, like, that was my learning curve for armor. So that was very, very helpful.
Nice.
But when you have vacuum formed ABS plastic, humans were not made to wear these things.
No.
But you learn tricks. And with an event like that, I've never gotten to go to something like one of the big California cons or anything like that. But if I did, it'd be like, no, there's first of all, if I'm going to fly out there, I'm not bringing anything crazy on that plane. Right. That's not how this is going to work. Trying to bring good armor on the plane. No. But it would be like, that's like, I was talking about Luke Skywalker. That's a Luke Skywalker. That's a Jedi. That's a Han Solo type of event.
Mm-hmm.
Have something light that's just basically clothes with some cool stuff on you.
Right.
So you can be like, yeah, I'm rad too, but also like, I can sit and go poopy if I have to, or I can move and feel comfortable. Yeah. So you have to. It's one of them things. Like, if I was going to give advice to people, it's like, absolutely no. Build the Iron Man suit, the Warhammer, whatever. Build the thing, but you have to consider the event and like where you're going, how you're transporting shit, all those things. You gotta really think it through.
Right.
You know, you want that 12-foot sword, rad. How you gonna fit that in the car?
Right.
You gotta figure that out. So
no kidding. Like
if I'm trying to say anything that sounds sensible, it's like, here's some advice. Plan ahead.
Right. One of the best.
I'm going to end up cutting myself.
Don't do that. It's bad.
I don't want to.
Views.
It's also bad for fingers.
I mean, yeah. The hospitals are saying, like, avoid anything that could land you in the hospital right now, because they're... It's like...
Man, so I guess I better cancel that skydiving trip.
Alright, so what you're telling me is, stay in bed, wrapped in the covers, and don't come out till it's safe.
Careful, don't suffocate on that pillow.
Right.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, that's cons, and I'm looking forward to doing our group Ren Fair trip. That's going to be a blast.
I want to, because we had talked about going to like Scarborough or something.
Yeah.
In 2020, which of course didn't happen.
Did not. Yeah.
But it's just like, I just like, I want to go, man. Like I want to go to conventions or a Ren Fair or something anyway, just because it's been over a year. But, you know, just like, it'll be fun to go out with people that are fun and also do cool stuff.
And dress up.
And do that.
We get to dress up. I love the Ren Fair. I want to go to TRF, even though that's a little bit of a drive. It's not terrible.
Scarborough's a drive, too.
Scarborough's only an hour for us. Hour and a half on a bad day.
I guess that's true. It's something like, I mean, I'm used to a drive no matter what. From where I live, everything feels like a drive for me.
No kidding.
But it's always felt that way.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to packing everybody up and let's go. I think TRF opens in October, if I remember correctly.
I feel like I remember hearing that from certain people.
Good.
We were talking about it.
Scarborough was supposed to open up in...
They open usually earlier in the year, right?
Yeah, like March, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I'd have to ask Lauren and Brenda, because they go every year.
Who?
Lauren and Brenda.
Oh.
But they...
If I can get some signal.
I'm not sure if Scarborough's even going to be open yet with the pandemic being the way it is.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who knows what will happen?
I'm pulling up Scarborough and see what they say. I am not a bard.
You playing a bard would be absolutely freaking fantastic.
Potentially. Although I'm not the like musician singy person, I would probably try and like tweak that and be like, just be like in a someone who just yells out aspirations or some whatever.
I think you could totally go for like the snarky comedy bard.
Yeah.
That would be
that's almost
funny.
It's almost kind of, because like I did consider that a little bit. If I'm gonna like, maybe I could multi-class a little bit and take a point or two in bard for my next boy, because I have a whole almost Jack Sparrow-y kind of like smart aleck kind of character sort of plan. So, you know, I had thought about that, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it yet, because I don't know if I want to deal with multi-classing. I don't know.
Multi-classing is
we'll see.
And you would be a magic caster.
Yes. Although I'm considering going the arcane trickster route.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Since I'm already going to be a rogue, I'm going to be a sneak boy.
Spoilers.
Oh, well, I mean, shoot, knowing the class means nothing. Like
it
that.
Really doesn't. It really doesn't.
Like, I'm a sorcerer. Okay, what does that tell you about me? Nothing. You know nothing. No, I'm excited though. Like, because I mean, I don't know if this is anything, but like the two characters I have for the next two campaigns that we're gonna do eventually, both of them I brainstormed as like backup characters for different things, and I fell in love with them so much that I was like, no, I need to flesh these boys out more and like make them something rad. And here we are. Yeah, but then I've already got another idea in case I need a backup for Lauren's campaign. But right. I figure at this point, if we're so close to the end, is it worth it? Should I just be like off the show for a little while?
But no, we would not be okay with that. We would not be okay with that.
I say these things in jest. Don't take me so seriously all the time.
You never know. You put it out there in the universe, and then all of a sudden Doran dies. We have to go.
No, Doran's gonna live forever. That's the curse that he got from the lady.
I don't want to have to go. Find Lita.
I don't want to bury my dog. I don't want to have to do this. I don't want anything but that.
It's like, no,
yeah, man. Oh God, and you talk about Lita. Damn it, because like Lauren was like, yeah, your characters are gonna have some downtime. I was like, cool. Can we get to it this Saturday? No. So I got stuff I want to do. I want to take that time and like do some crafting and some other stuff. I just don't want to get to that point.
No, because
give me some downtime.
Because my character can't be the only cursed one. Okay, you've got to be cursed too to not have downtime.
I think in regards of downtime, we're all cursed.
I mean, that's fair.
We don't seem to get downtime.
No,
but we also do stupid shit.
I was gonna say we're dumb. We go do all the stupid things, like the Hawk Bandit, or
I can't take credit for that.
Going to
that's not my fault.
Assassinate a werewolf thing.
Werewolf. Oh, right, in the Feywild.
Yeah, where
again, that's a Jordan thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Jordan, I love you, buddy, but that gun.
It's all your fault.
I didn't say that.
Hey, if we hadn't done that, Val would never have found his new sword. Which, let's not pretend, isn't cursed out the wazoo.
Yeah, I'm terrified of what that sword is doing to your boy, because I really don't want to wake up in the middle of the night and be like, Val, what are you doing? Oh no, I've been stabbed. I was like, clearly that sword's like, give me all of the blood. And, eventually it's going to like drive you into madness, and you're going to like, I must berserker and kill and death.
Right?
I am become death.
Yeah, like, not to give away...
Oh my God, all of this is being recorded. What am I saying?
Like,
anyway,
all the things. But yeah, no, it's... I enjoy the fact that we're getting items, we're getting stuff now. Very nice, I approve.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
Solyax has his bag of cats.
Yes.
Which is fantastic. You've had upgraded weapons.
Yes, and I'm glad that it's been getting upgraded.
Val's got a new toy.
First one.
Yeah. And then we still have to figure out all the doobly-doo with the episode that's coming out tomorrow night, and then we have to figure out who's good and bad, and there's so much, and we got to find out if Ryan's gonna kill us in our sleep, or if Val's gonna kill us in our sleep, or is Doran
don't say too much to give away spoilers. That hasn't aired yet.
Don't give Doran ideas.
Well, don't give players ideas either.
Right.
I'm just like, I want to get to that downtime though, because like Rye gave me forever ago them blueprints so I could make those speedy boots, and I've been wanting to make. That's like one thing I want to make. So Lauren, if you're listening, I want to make them speedy boots, because like I'm a dwarf. I'm slow as crap, man. And it's like it's only 1 square less movement than anybody else. Everyone can move like, they can move 6 squares. I can only move 5. It makes a difference.
It really does.
Pain in the ass. So the ability to.
No, go for it.
I was just gonna say, like, them boots, they're gonna give me the ability to dash on a bonus, and it's just like, please, oh my god, I want to be able to get in there and beat ass, and then
especially
move on with my life.
You're a melee boy. You're a close fighter.
I know, right?
The slow guy can't be.
I don't got any ranged shit. I'm considered, like, that's the thing. Like, I've been trying to figure out how do I need to make like a monk and like just play with it. I do have a crossbow, but it's just a normal crossbow. It's so weak and slow.
Can you use the sharpening?
I mean,
Can you use the sharpening stone on the crossbow to make it a +1 crossbow, and then on the crossbow bolt to make it a +1 bolt, so it becomes a +2 weapon?
I don't think Lauren would let all of that fly. She would probably let the bolts get sharpened, but not the crossbow, because the crossbow doesn't have the blade. I feel like I can hear her saying that to me now, but I'm still gonna ask.
Just duct tape a dagger to it.
It's a bayonet, Lauren. Look, fantasy duct tape.
So it works on the whole weapon.
Well, then again, duct tape is pretty magical.
I wonder what it would take to turn that crossbow into a +1 crossbow, because like both Val, Rye, and Case
that's something I definitely
enchant. I don't know if
and I have my runes, but the runes are fun, and I've done a little bit with them, but I feel like I haven't gotten stones that I can make that have been like super, like, not that they're not useful or not that they're not pertinent. It's just like it takes so much effort and time and all that. Like I just haven't been able to play with it. But we never have time to stop and do anything.
No. One of these days we're just gonna be like, Lord's like, so what do you do next? Nothing. What do you mean nothing? We are going to sit our asses right here and have downtime, and we're not moving until we accomplish the things we want to accomplish.
Oh man, I feel like it's a very delicate balance of give and take between DM and player, which is really part of why D&D is so rad, because it's like collaborative storytelling. That's the coolest. That for me, the storytelling part of it and making these characters, that's been the most fun for me. Like I know excuse me, I know some of us are like, puzzles, hell yeah. And others are like, tactical battle time. And me, I'm sitting here like, yeah, I'm into it, but also like, let's make characters and stories and like fun shit.
Right.
Not that all of it's not fun, you know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to shit on the other components of the game. It's just like I'm not a good puzzle boy.
It all works together, and
yeah, I told Wes the other day too, because we were talking about he was talking to me about his campaign and he was asking questions and stuff, but I told him it's just like, man, I'm not a puzzle boy. That trap that Lauren put us in, where it was like the sand is rising and you have to figure out what the hell's going on with these runes, and then I think it was a combination of like all of you guys figured that puzzle out and the sand stopped rising, and I'm just sitting here like, wow, I'm glad y'all are here, because I would have gotten us killed. If that had been on me, we all would have died. What a TPK that would have been. Because like I could not figure that shit out. Puzzles are my bane in D&D so far.
Yeah.
Unless there's something for me to like look at, maybe. Like if there's visuals or something to manipulate, maybe I'll do better with puzzles. But if I'm sitting there, if I'm meant to imagine the puzzle out and like think my way through it, I don't know how that makes me sound, but like I can't visualize it or something. I don't know. Anyway.
No, I get that. That is, well, and that's one of the great things about D&D is you can actually have your terrifying person. But you can actually have...
And you haven't even seen my campaign 3 character yet.
I'm so excited.
No, wait, hold on, that's a lie. You did see him. You saw the concept art.
That's true. That is true. But I love that you can tailor the game for everybody's different different tastes. Like for me, I love the storytelling aspect. Like the fact that Lauren has all these different plot points. Yeah. And you're like,
Lauren, we're not just blowing smoke up your ass so you don't kill us. It's like we're just legitimately giving you compliments. I'm just saying.
Right. But like she's got these million different plot points, and they're all interconnected. Like and we don't even know how they're all interconnected in some instances.
In her web.
We just know they are, and the excitement of seeing that those connections revealed and everything is just
yeah. Because we had that big revelation in the episode coming out tomorrow. We had some revelations and things happen, and like every time shit like that happens, it's like, what? Hold on, what?
Right?
It's madness.
That's where we're like 3 more hours.
Yeah, I know. I legit when I was like, wait, hold on, I don't want to stop. Like I legitimately meant that. I was like, I want to keep going.
It's like, no, we need to find out the thing.
Don't take it away. Getting too into it.
No, I'm with you there. Like, I enjoy the combat. I enjoy the tactics. I enjoy, getting to choose who live and who die. That's always fun.
I think I'm getting better at the combat.
Also,
maybe I'm understanding what to do.
Right. There's so many things.
There's so many options. Oh my god.
But running the risk of your character and everything. Like, I've played in games that had absolutely no combat and were just as fun. Because you're telling the story.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's like, but all these pieces can interconnect and can work together and tell this amazing story. And all of that, like, this is Lauren's first campaign. And she's, like...
I don't know if people know that.
Brain.
Yeah.
Like, once again, Lauren, this is not us, if you're watching this is not us sucking up to you at all to keep our characters alive. Now, if it works, great, but that is not the intent. But
that's called honesty.
It is. But no, but I didn't know what to expect. I've mentioned this before. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons since I was 10 years old. I've played a lot of games, a lot of characters. I've DM'd a lot of games, and that's not tooting my own horn. I've just seen a lot, and nothing prepared me for the campaign that was brought in. Between the character choices that were made. I did not expect to love Doran the way I love Doran. Like, I Jeremiah would die for Doran. Like,
I think he's a pretty decent guy.
He is a great guy, and especially since he found Lita, it's like, now I have a ship that I can sail.
And it's one of them fun things too. It's like, cool, I have a girlfriend, imaginary one, but yeah. There's a fun joke there.
Yep. No, I get that.
It's just one of them things. Yeah. It's one of them things too. I was sending those texts and I was like, yeah, like Valentine's Day and stuff. It's like, man, I can say it now. Fan art of like seasonal, like the idea of like fan art that's like seasonal, where it's like, oh, it's Christmas time and all of our characters are doing stuff, or like, you know, there's the beach episode and everybody's, you know, there's going swimming and stuff. Just like all those kind of like when you see an anime and they have like those different pieces of art, it's just like of all the characters, like for Bleach, if you ever saw those pieces of art where it's like all the characters just doing random bullshit, but it's just like, oh, that's cool art, yeah, like I want that.
Right.
I want, like so, like the one I was joking about.
No, go ahead.
The one I was texting and joking about was like Valentine's Day fan art. It's like Sarai and Sully X on a double date with Dorn and Lita, but it's like someone pointed out, it's like, yeah, well, there's problems with the Sully X thing, and it's just like, oh man, that could technically make the fan art kind of funnier though,
right?
Or awkward, either way.
Or both.
But you know, I want fan art to happen, and like artists make my character and all of our characters in drawings and make them look cool.
See, my fan art that I want for my character is, since Valentine's Day, you know, just recently passed, somebody make a Valentine's of everybody trying to give Val his first date advice, since he's never been on a date in his life. Like, everybody trying to, like, the different people, like, Rye sitting there going, well, you're going to want to do this, and you're going to want to do this, and you're going to want to do this, and this, and like
it's
giving
like a
him
big
a list,
word bubble,
right? And then you've got Casator, like, no, you want to do this, and you want to do this, and you want to do this, and so it's like, well, when you arrive, you should kick in her door, because every woman loves these you know, feats of strength, and then
make her something meaningful.
Right, Halberd being like, you can give her a necklace made from the ears of your enemies. Almost got him. Almost got the spit take.
No.
And then, you know, like, sitting there having Dora just, like, in the background, like, no, that. Just be yourself. Just be you. Just be you. And then him showing up at the door, and it's like he's got like wilted flowers in his hand because he's a death cleric. And he's just like, he opens the door, and she's like all dressed up, and he's just like, and you just see this like Val EXE has stopped responding.
It's just a word bubble, but it's full of static. Yeah. Looks like an old
and everybody is hiding in the bushes, just like face palming, just like, no, why?
Well, except for Sullyx, because he probably, you know, he's got disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah, no, he's the one like has one hand on Doran's shoulder, the other hand on Casator's shoulder, and he's like
he's shouting
the bushes,
stuff.
And he's like 3 feet above the bushes.
Yeah, and he's like shouting stuff at Val. You didn't kick the door!
See, this would be going so much better if you would have kicked the door. And then they go on the date, and like everybody's doing the little anime, like terribly trailing them. That's very obvious you're following.
Oh my goodness.
But speaking of anime, we have not got our beach episode yet. 2 years of playing, and we haven't got a beach episode yet.
Yeah, but I mean, how many of us would really look that good in a bikini, though?
Val would look sexy as hell. Let's just put that right there, out there in the universe.
Oh, okay. Probably Casator and definitely Rye.
Doran could braid his beard into a bikini, like, the mankini. The mankini.
There are certain style choices that people make that I find truly upsetting.
Rye, I'm sure, would look
but
fabulous.
Who am I to judge? What?
Rye would look fabulous. Casator.
Oh.
Okay, here's the thing. So, Sullyx has already said, like, he sleeps in the nude. Like, would he be a skinny dipper?
Oh, I don't want to think about it. Because then that leads me to terrible images of, like, what do Dragonborn anatomy? What am Dragonborn Anatomy?
Oh.
And
no,
then,
that's a can of worms I did not mean to open.
That's a bad rabbit hole. That's a bad rabbit hole. We don't want to explore that rabbit hole.
Reaching in, grabbing the bunny by the tail, pulling it out of that hole. No.
Cloaca.
I was watching.
I'm a terrible person. I apologize. I am very terrible.
This video of a game called The Longest. I think it's The Longest Dark, and they were talking about it's a survivalist game, and one of the things you can do is you can hit a bunny with like a slingshot rock thing.
Wait, what was the title?
The Longest Dark, I believe.
Is that the one where you're trapped on an island after the plane goes down?
No. That's the forest. That's the forest. That is a terrible game. I finally found the little spider mutant creatures, and God,
told you.
No, they came rushing. I found a village that I thought was abandoned. It was not abandoned. They came rushing out of the trees, and thankfully I got to the raft in time. But
To be fair, I've never played the game, but I've watched people on the YubTubs play this game.
Oh my gosh!
Some fairly big streamers and YouTubers.
Yeah.
But no, that game is horrible and awful, and just not the game is bad. The creatures within the game, they're awful.
The game
horrible.
is actually surprisingly well done.
Yeah.
I was not expecting it to be as good as it was.
Is it in its finished state, or is it still in like early access? I don't even know.
That's a very good question. I don't know. I'd have to look at that. I do know that
playing with my box cutter.
I screamed like a little girl for a good 10 minutes. For a short personal plug there. If you go to twitch.tv/the Pandaverse, the Panda and then verse, all one word. You can see clips
like
of
Spider-Verse,
yes, but with pandas, because I like pandas. And but yeah, you can see clips of me screaming like a little girl as I get chased by these mutant monsters.
This is Jay. He was like, ah!
I was. No, the worst one is I built this fort, like this massive fort, and I'm like, all right, this will keep them out. They can't get to me. Nobody told me the damn things climb trees and could jump in and attack you from the sky. You know how I found that out? One climbed a tree and landed on my face and just curb stomped me into the ground. And then when you die, you don't just die. They don't just eat you. They drag you back to their cave and hang you from the ceiling to eat you later, and then you have to escape the cave.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like an Empire Strikes Back. Where
Except the cave is like miles long, and there's so many, and they laugh, and it's terrifying. And there's mutant babies in there.
Have you found the chainsaw yet?
No, I have not found the chainsaw. I just got the flintlock pistol.
There's a flintlock? That's cool.
Flintlock pistol. It's pretty dope. I got a katana and a flintlock pistol and a crossbow. Those are my three weapons of choice.
There we go. Get the whole 80s.
But right. But it was one of those things like, no, I don't do scary things. I don't do I don't do horror.
Jay, have you ever heard of PT?
No.
Oh, you need to go look up PT, my guy.
No.
I don't like scary movies. Because this is me personal. Like when I'm watching a movie and someone's like being tortured or in like excruciating pain or being chopped up into pieces, and like that bothers me on a personal level. But video game, when there's agency to it and I'm in control, it's like, well, I died because I'm a moron. But boy howdy, PT is like infamously, legendarily, it's not just like jump scare spooky, it's not just like gross monster spooky, it's all the spooky. You need to go look that shit up, my guy.
That's terrifying. I've been playing a game called Phasmophobia.
I've heard. That's the one where you're the ghost hunter, right? And you go into the thing?
Yes, and it's terrifying. I'm literally playing this game, like, I don't even encounter the ghost, and I was shaking after the training session, where it's like, it's not a violent ghost. It's okay. You can run into it, nothing will happen. And I'm just like, this is all kinds of bad as things were flickering.
Oh man. Sharpening it.
Like, I think the best like scare like anxiety game is what I call them. Was Aliens Isolation. I wrecked that game. That was fun. Yeah. But there were so many times, like, I'd walk into a room and you'd see the tail in the air vent, like sliding up the air vent, and I'd just be like, no, run, and like would run screaming and hide in a locker until I was sure it was safe.
No, it's never safe.
It's never
Monster
safe.
is always there with you. Always, Jay.
Yeah, the worst one was I thought I had got away.
Yeah.
And until it ripped the door off and ate me. I was like, well, that's just rude.
I would love it. Like, frankly, I don't have a way to play any newer games. I have a friend named Steven. If you've watched any of my YouTube, you've seen him a couple times. He's a gamer boy, and he has lent me one of his 2 PlayStation 4s because he had it, and then he got like the new one that's like the better one that came out. And so his old one's over here at my house, so I can play a few things. But like, I would love if we could get a setup and like have a few of us from this and like record us playing Dead by Daylight.
No, God, no, no, sir. No.
That right there is the reason why, because that is called content.
Because that is Jay crying in a puddle in the fetal position on the floor.
And if we've got like microphones, it's like, Jay,
no, God,
I'm right behind you.
Screw all of you.
I'm gonna get you if you don't turn around.
I have a hard enough time playing Among Us, alright?
I am a terrible person.
My anxiety.
But see, like the stuff we were talking about for your campaign with my character, like that's the kind of like that's the kind of shit I'm into, man.
Oh, it's gonna be fantastic.
Oh my God,
I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to getting to DM for you guys, because I've DM'd before for years, was a professional DM for a while. And
like, you got paid?
Yeah, actually made money.
Oh, that's cool.
Not a lot, because gamers.
Well, you know,
gamers spend all their money on miniatures and paints and character sheets.
Yeah. See, that's a bonus of you and Lauren having those 3D printers, because y'all can like make all kinds of rad shit.
Oh, it's gonna be fantastic. But I'm looking.
Seriously.
To y'all.
You want to what?
What I'm looking forward to really is getting to interact with y'all on a different wavelength.
Yeah.
And because like we've talked about, I've sent out the little picture thing of the different types of DMs. It's like the story-driven DM and the combat-driven DM. It's like the DM that'll accept your backstories and make them hurt. And I'm like, I know that I've always had a reputation for being that type of DM in long-running campaigns. I mean, like, nothing in your background is safe, nothing is sacred. You will cry by the end of this campaign.
As long as it's meaningful to the story and entertaining and all those things.
Exactly.
You know?
Like, because that's my thing. Like, I'm not gonna. If I kill your character, it's not gonna be just, oh, I don't like you, or oh, that sucks. No, there's gonna be emotions and there's gonna be moving words.
Make it worthwhile.
Right? Not, getting my arm hacked off. I was like on the verge of tears when Val went down, because I'm like, if they cut off his head, you can't bring him back.
Well, not with that attitude.
And I was like, I'm the only one who has the possibility of getting regenerate right now. And
is regenerate a spell?
Yes, it can grow back missing body parts.
So you can be like a chameleon man.
I could.
I don't remember if chameleons can grow back limbs, but
like
geckos,
I think geckos can. I'll be Gecko Man.
You'll be Gex?
I'll be Gex.
Yeah.
That'd actually be a cool name for a character.
I mean, it was It was a failed video game franchise.
Oh, that's funny.
So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't know if it was failed, but they made a number of games for Gex, and it was, the original one came out on the 3DO, and then it got ported onto the PlayStation 1, and then they made Gex Enter the Gecko or whatever, which was like a complete different thing. It's a very much a 90s product of its time, though.
That's fair.
So, to the audience, if you go look that up, like, Gex is very much what it is. But I I'll go ahead and say it. I mentioned, well, no, that hasn't come out yet. I mentioned on the episode that hasn't come out yet that on my channel, I have made playlists of music that I think are cool and fitting to my different characters. And there's a song from Gex that I put in the playlist for my boy for your kingdom.
Nice.
Yeah. There's only one of those 3 playlists that are publicly available right now, but when they become relevant later, they will be available.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to your character. I think yours is the one I've spent the most time on so far.
Ooh,
I've spent a little bit of time
on
Lauren.
Teacher's favorite. Teacher's pet.
Hey, you get it to me first, you get first pick. Everything revolves around you now.
As long as it is good for the overall story, because I don't like in whatever other fiction, whatever, but for like D&D with like real people and players, the idea of like so and so is the chosen one and they are mighty and shall slay the dragon. The rest of you plebs, you just carry your shit for them. Come on, get on,
right.
Go.
Let's go.
Like, I don't. That's what I don't want for us, like in any of our games.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a Sir Benson situation where the guy's like, I am so mighty and great, but like he's just another idiot.
Right.
Like that's fun because it's
Benny
funny.
Pay the man.
What? Oh right, yeah.
Benny Pay the man.
I realized like after the fact, I should have gone with that joke more because it's like this is a one shot. Gold doesn't matter. Fuck it, spend all the money.
Right.
I realized that because I started getting indignant about it and like being a penny pincher a little bit, and I'm like, damn it, I should have kept the joke going. It was funny. Shit. Oh well.
Yeah,
if we ever get to revisit, it'll be fun.
Yeah, there's a lot like you look at it in hindsight, you're like, ah, that would have been funny.
Who ran that game? That was Lauren, right?
Did. Yeah.
Okay, that's right, because Sir Benson isn't in Wes's world. Because like at first I was like, he's in Wes's world, but no, wait, because Wes was Baracus, and that didn't work.
Very pro Baracus.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that we appreciated, but
I mean, he was good at shit he did.
And then you had Boris, who was just sitting there, Captain American Fireblade.
Yeah.
Like, whoever was talking, everybody else was just handing Boris the fire.
Yeah. God, we were out in the backyard earlier, just a little while ago before we started recording this, or streaming rather. But yeah, we were actually chopping firewood up because it's cold as shit.
It is.
Yeah,
it is super cold. Speaking of which,
yes, weather update.
Weather update. It is now 19 degrees, and that 19 looks like it's holding, but it's snowing.
Is it actually snowing right now?
Look out the window.
Yeah.
I can't open my window. It says it's snowing, but it may not be snowing on me at the moment.
For me, it says in a half hour I'm gonna start getting snow, and it's still 18.
Ooh.
Oh, I know. Hold on, I'm gonna get up and look out the window. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's exciting.
Is it coming down?
Not yet. When we were chopping wood, there was little flakes. I could see them,
but. Well, on that note, we need to go prepare for a winter storm warning.
Magic.
Does it have the power?
The power of voodoo?
Voodoo?
You do.
You make me so happy. Well, Thank you, Garrett, for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you, audience members who came and hung out. For those of you who are catching this live, tune in tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central at the same channel to see what Garrett and I were alluding to on our crazy adventures.
Yes.
VOD on YouTube for this Geek Lounging will be available on Friday, I believe. I believe it's Friday. We'll see.
Sure.
I gotta look at the calendar. I believe it's Friday. And
the upload schedule.
Check out.
Jake takes care of a lot of stuff on this channel and all the things. So like, yeah, good on you, man.
Garrett, let's see if we can get it. No, you're the other way. Go the other way. Wait, a little farther. Right hand down. No, your other right. There you go. Fusion! But yeah, check out Garrett's channel, Night Shift Night. Check out my channel, the Panda.
Yeah.
And
I got a couple of videos up.
And we hope to see you guys on the next adventure. Bye.
Peace be with you. Bam.